Hey there, thanks for tuning in to the Weather Show with Vin Crosby. I'm meteorologist Vin Crosby, putting my 30 years of forecasting experience to use here to help you. And right now, my cousin in Maryland, Darylyn, yep, she's a real person, she is talking about snow coming to her area. She does not believe it until she sees it, but it is going to happen. And it's going to be a major snowfall for folks around Washington, D.C., back to the Appalachians, even around Atlanta, Georgia, you'll see some snow. I've got friends all over the Southeast, so I wanted to put together this video for you. If you're just tuning in for the first time, please give us a subscribe. Please give us a like. This will help get the information out across YouTube to help folks, because this is going to be a dangerous situation. Let's go and get right to it. This area low pressure that you see on the map here spinning back towards Louisiana and Texas, a lot of cold air coming in behind it. How do we know that? Well, you see all this white stuff on the map here from Colorado back into Texas. See this down into Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri. That's all snow. That's this cold air coming in behind the system, and that snow is going to trail this system as it moves towards the east. It does look like we are going to see the cold air move in and change any rain that's out there over to snow, and with that, the storm track goes something like this, right across the southeast on up into this direction. So this is really why we're concerned, because it's going to be a great storm track for some pretty hefty snows in the mid-Atlantic states. So major snows coming your way around D.C. With this also, we are looking at the chance for some severe weather right now here in advance of the cold front. This is the area we're watching, severe storms popping out, and this right here is a tornado watch coming in effect for this area. You can see all those counties in the watch area, pretty much from Macon, Georgia, Columbus, down in towards Albany, and then down towards the Panama City area and the panhandle of Florida, Apalachicola and Tennessee and Tallahassee, all in the tornado watch. We expect this to expand later today into the north and northeast, Columbia, South Carolina, back up into Augusta, Georgia, and then over towards Waycross, Valdosta, and the Jacksonville area. So the Severe Storms Prediction Center has that current watch out there in the middle of that area that you see there in red. In and around that area, tornadoes can be expected, and we can see with the convective storm outlook that all the way up through North Carolina, South Carolina, that's where we're going to see some storms as we go through the overnight hours. The models are really painting a big snowy forecast for much of the mid-Atlantic states. So let's get right to it and give you the different outputs of these models. First things first, the one that I like a lot is this one. This one is painting a lot of snow coming down across the mid-Atlantic states. So this little dot right here, that's Baltimore. Then back here, of course, is Washington, D.C. And then now you can see that snow coming on through many areas. And if I stop it here, you can see the snow amounts down at the bottom, that scale there. And with that scale, the green area there, that's around 4 to 8 inches of snow north Baltimore. Through Baltimore, that gives you 8 to 10 inches of snow. And then south Baltimore down towards Washington, D.C., 10 to 12 inches of snow. And then that dot there of darker orange and red, that's your 12 to 18 inch amounts. That's the storminess that's coming your way, the energy in the atmosphere to squeeze out a lot of the snow totals here. There are other models too that are doing the same thing. This is a storm system. You can see how it comes up from the south, where those areas of strong thunderstorms and tornadoes are now. Notice the snow turning over. You can see that change over there, and then going on up in towards the mid-Atlantic states. And then this is the snow total accumulations down in the south. And so we can see from Mississippi through Alabama, all of Tennessee. I have friends in Tennessee as well. That green area, that is in the 2 to 4 inch range. Then we see some purples popping up in the mountains, as you would expect. That is 6, 8, 10 inches of snow. Notice Maryland getting into it. This is around, the early morning hours of your Monday, going in towards 6, 8 o'clock in the morning. The snow really starts to come on down. This area of green you see here, that area is 2 to 4 inches to start things off. And then as we go in towards the morning hours around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, around the nation's capital, right around Washington, D.C., 6 to 10 inches of snow on the ground. You see that purple area expand to the north and east through Maryland, Virginia. Some yellows pop into play. That's 12 to 15 inches of snow. And then back down towards West Virginia, down around the Appalachian Mountains, around Boone, North Carolina, getting into the North Georgia mountains. Some yellows there. And then around Atlanta, that's about an inch, half inch to an inch of snow. Marietta, one of my favorite Yankee fans, the Gertis man, back down there. Going to see a little bit of snow on the roads, and then you can see through Nashville, we get into the greens. Again, 3 to 4 inches of snow. Back across northern areas of Mississippi, some snow coming through, northern Alabama, but then you can see it gets up around Philadelphia as well. We get snow coming down to the 2 to 4 inch range. But through southern New Jersey, back in through Delaware, right through sections of Maryland into the northern areas of Virginia, we've got 8 to 14 to 15 inches of snow in some areas with this model forecast there. The European model here showing this buckle of storminess coming on through, and then this right here is the snow forecast totals. They're, of course, European. It's all the metric system. These are millimeters coming through. This right here is right around, say 8 o'clock in the morning on your Monday. We get some purples there, which is around 10 to 25 millimeters, comes out to around 3.5 inches of snow with that within 6 hours. The blue there, a little bit less, about 1.5 inches to maybe 2.5 inches. But as I go into the next 6 hour period, or next 3 hour period rather, in 3 hours, you can see that purple area expands throughout almost all of Maryland, back up into southern areas of New Jersey, getting down throughout all of Virginia. So that's another 3.5 inches there. By, say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern time, still purple, still across much areas of getting the snow. So this is another maybe 3-4 inches of snow coming on down. So what's that put us around? Maybe 7 inches of snow. And then you can see it starts to taper off with maybe an inch or two more. So I like 7 to 9 inches of snow, 6 to 10 inches, somewhere in that range, anywhere from Baltimore on down to the south. All right, let's go and check out the southeastern United States. Here's some snow coming on through the Atlanta area, back through Tennessee. Notice the mountains up there around Asheville, North Carolina, back into the North Georgia mountains. Yeah, that's like 12 to 18 inches of snow, folks. And then you can see around the city of Atlanta, this model bringing about, a dusting to maybe an inch to up to 2 inches in some areas. On the north side of Atlanta, back up towards Rome, Georgia, you're getting into that 6-inch amount. Some spikes in the oranges up there in the higher elevations, back up there in the where the ski area is there. I actually skied there in the 90s. And here is a look at the thunderstorms moving down through the southeast. We can see severe weather popping up. Those red boxes are tornado warnings that are in effect. And then there's another one. You can see all these tornadoes kind of outbreaking here in the middle of the country. So pretty good event happening. The red boxes, that's right around Albany, Georgia at this hour. And this hour being around... it would be 3:52 in your time. So pretty active, pretty serious situation. North Carolina, South Carolina, you're all going to want to be very concerned with this situation as the storm system continues to march towards the east. Oh, by the way, this back in through here is all snow, I believe, right in through here. Precipitation type, there's your snow. Severe weather back in through here. Storm system here. It's going to end up here back off the Baltimore area, which is right there. And that's where we're going to see some of the heaviest snow totals coming on through the region. So that's the way things are shaping up across the area. I'll give you updates as much as I can do here this afternoon through this evening. But for friends and family back in the southeast, eastern United States, I-95, it is going to be snowy, to say the least. So expect anywhere between 5 and 15 inches of snow around the nation's capital, Maryland, Delaware, back in northern areas of Virginia, going through the late overnight hours tonight, all throughout much of the day, especially the morning hours tomorrow on your Monday.